Hello girls, welcome back. Into this video I'm going to be showing you the 5 brushes you need for your base as a beginner, so you don't go out and start wasting your money on brushes that at the end of the day you find out that you don't really need them. I've been in that situation and I wouldn't like you to experience that. So if you're interested, let's jump right into the video. Alright guys, like I said in the intro, if you want to get a flawless base, you need the Sigma Round Kabuki F82 brush. I find out that this is very good for your foundation. And the Sigma Precision 4D HD brush to apply contour on the bridge of my nose and to blend it out as well. And the Sigma Extreme Structure Contour F04 brush to blend out my cream contour. And the Sigma Cream Color E58 brush to cut my crease and to clean up my brows with a concealer. And I'm going to show you how to get a slim tip whenever you want to cut your crease with this brush. And the Ecotone Precision Foundation brush, which I use for my concealer. This is very good for my concealer, especially under the eyes. It doesn't prick my skin, which is very nice. This is really soft. It's like you're using a beauty sponge to make sure that everything is smooth and looking flawless. I still like to go in with my beauty sponge, and I love to go in with the Junior & Co velvet sponge. This actually blends in everything without taking away the product. So you use that part to smoothen out your foundation, and you use that part underneath your eyes. And you can as well use this to set it with a powder, but I don't like to do that because it becomes really messy. That's why I use brush to set my base. I've done these eyes off camera. I'm going to show you how to do these other eyes. So this is the cream color E58 brush I use in cutting my crease. What I do is apply the concealer at the back of my hand like that. To get a slim tip, you tap it the other side too. That is it. See that now? Becomes slim. But if this is not on, I tell you, it's not going to be slim like that. You can still go ahead and pinch it if you want, like pinch it like that if you want, but don't dirty my finger. So apply it like that. Then turn the other side. I use this to distribute the concealer on my lid because I like to use concealer as my eyeshadow base. And this spreads your concealer really well. But you have to move it and tap it. That's the way to go with this brush. Now this is where I go in with the Ecotone Precision Foundation brush. I tell you guys, this brush is really soft. I love it. Now you see how flawless that is. When you blend it out, this is what it looks like. It looks really good when you blend it out and you don't have any harsh lines. So after applying your foundation, if you clean up your messy bits, not heavily, you're not going to see any harsh line. I'm going to set it using the Ecotone's controlled setting brush, looking downwards to set the base. I've got a mirror down here, so I'm looking on that mirror. When I notice that there is not much powder in my brush, that is when I go towards my brow. Now that is how to prep your base for your eyeshadows. When I'm done with my eyeshadow, I'm going to come back to show you guys how I use the brushes. Because it's really hot today, I'm going in with the Lancome Idol Ultra Wear, which has SPF 15 in the shade 11. And to contour my face, I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Modern Concealer in the shade 344 Espresso. To conceal my face, I'm going in with the L'Oreal in the shade Honey 338. You have to be careful with the dark shade, it's intense. Now to cut the top of my brows properly, I'm going in with that same foundation Using that same Sigma cream color E58 brush, take that foundation. Remember, you have to turn it the other way. When you take it, you press it to get that slim tip. You see that? So if you make any mistake while applying the concealer to your brows, you can easily just go back in with your brow pencil to redefine the brows again, just to fill in that space. So now I'm going to blend out the foundation, because when I was applying it with that brush, I applied it in a way that it's not just sitting close to the brow. I spread it out, so I will blend out the edges, which will make it look really smooth. Now to apply this other side, what I do is I take that Sigma brush, pick up a little bit of the foundation and apply it there with the side of the brush. Now I like to apply my concealer first before going in with the darker shade to contour my face. Now you have to blend the concealer because it dries really fast, and I'm going in with the Precision Foundation brush by Ecotone to blend the concealer. I'm going to start from there first. I'm not spreading it, I'm just tapping on it, because if you tap really hard, you spread it, and that's not what I want. So I'm tapping just lightly on the concealer. Then don't want to blend it too far though. Just a little bit of tap on your brow area, just a tiny bit, not really strong. Not a strong tap, you're not pressing it too hard, but lightly. So that area is highlighted a little bit. Using the same tip of the brush. I think I spread that out. But in case you do, don't be worried, you can usually go back in with your foundation brush just to blend everything in. See that? It's now in. Now I'm going to blend that side using this part like that. Just pushing it into my skin, not spreading anything. Now when I get to the edges, I blend out the hash lines. I'm going to do the same thing on the same side. Just going to push it into your skin. Now blend out the edges. Then just go over it with the side of the brush and just tap it. I'm just going over the line again to make sure there is no separation between the eyeshadow and the concealer, but very lightly, because I don't want to spoil my makeup, so just do that very lightly, just like that. So I'm gonna go in with a dark shade concealer. I told you guys I'm gonna be using this for my contour. When you're applying this on the bridge of your nose, you have to be careful, because this is really, really, really pigmented, and small bit goes a long way. Now to emphasize your lips, that's when you do that, to create a shadow underneath your lips. So I'm not blending it upwards, I'm bringing it downwards like that. This goes a really long way, guys. Goes a long, long way. Can you see that? But I'm not worried, because I'm gonna be blending it out with my foundation. Now to blend this out, I like to go upwards. When you smile, you know where your cheekbones are. And that's where you want to stop it, right there. Difficult to blend this side, but always do eventually. I'm going to cancel that hash line by tapping on that line. Now tap around my lips area. I don't want to spread it onto it, just keep it there. See, give my lips another shape. We're getting there. Now to blend the bridge of my nose, this is when I go in with the Sigma Precision for the HD brush. This is what it looks like. See, it's squared. And look at the tip, really nice, dense and soft. This is what I like about this brush. I'm not spreading it out, rather pushing it into the line because I don't want a big nose. We're trying to mimic a little nose. I'm going to go in with my concealer brush just to cancel the hash line. See how I blend that in by tapping it in a very soft way. The same thing there. What I like to do is to take that sponge, a tiny half pump of this foundation, just half pump, and go over it with, you can leave it like this, there's nothing bad with that, but I just like my stuff to be perfect, so just tap it off and go over that concealer. My foundation, I mean, you can use a foundation brush to do this, but now you see the sponge is not taking any of your products. You're still having that full coverage, but flawless. Now you can leave it like that if you want that glowy look, but I like to set my face, especially for the weather. Going in with my setting powder. Alright guys, I'm going to set the whole of my face. I know you might be asking, why do you want to set your face when you've just contoured your face? The reason I set it is to get that flawless look, honestly. You have to tap it off to make sure that there is no powder in the brush. No powder like that. So you tap it off. And when there is no powder in the brush, you don't have harsh lines. You don't have any powder sticking on one part because it can be really messy. And that can ruin your makeup. And lightly tap, push it into the skin. Now after doing that, before you apply it on the areas where you contoured, now after doing that, I like to spritz my face. So I'm going in with the Revelation Spot Fix Extra Hold Makeup Fixing Spray. I've tried this before, it's really good and it's affordable, guys. See, after spraying the setting spray, it brings it back. You're not seeing it in a harsh way, but you're seeing it in a softer way, which is really nice. This is lovely. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of this tutorial. Thanks for watching and I would love to see you on my next one. Bye dolls.